Growing as a streamer today is harder than it was even just a few years ago, and this is due partially to the fact that there are so many people trying to stream today. But there are 5 common mistakes that streamers make that I see on a pretty regular basis that can hurt your chances of growth and really make it difficult to get your stream off the ground. My name is EagleGarrett, and in today's video, we're going to talk about those 5 mistakes and ways that you can avoid making them in your streaming journey. Before we jump into the rest of this video, I do want to let you guys know I stream live on Twitch at twitch.tv/EagleGarrett almost every day of the week. So you can come hang out with us over there. If you got any questions, let us know in the chat, and we'd love to have you be a part of our community. With that being said, let's jump into the 5 mistakes I see streamers making on a pretty regular basis. And the first one I want to talk about is self-promotion. Now, self-promotion is something that is talked about in a lot of negative ways, but also talked about in some positive ways, depending on what perspective you're coming from. Now, unfortunately, I see this all of the time. I see it in my channel. I see it in other people's channels. People trying to promote their content, their channels, in your chat or in your comments or in your Discord. The reality is it is simply a terrible way to try to grow, because 1, it does not work, and 2, it completely cuts you off from the opportunity to network or be in community with other people who are doing it the right way. Now, I know a lot of you guys may be thinking, well, I've done that before. Like, I don't think it's a big deal, blah, blah, blah. The reality is, guys, is you got to think long term. In this video, especially when we talk about these 5 mistakes, I want you to think long term about your content creation, because early on, if you start spamming your links in other people's channels and other people's chats, their Discords, comment sections, all that kind of stuff, then what happens is a couple of things. 1, the streamer or the content creator that you are promoting your channel on their content is not going to value you as a content creator. And the reality is you're going to break a lot of potential connections because you're misusing other people's platforms, other people's content for your own self-gain. It's a very selfish way to go about growth. Now, if you're wondering what the right ways to grow on Twitch are, I've got a video I'm going to link right up here. This is my how to grow on Twitch video. It's 10 tricks and tips that I'm giving to you guys that are correct ways to try to grow on Twitch or other streaming platforms. And it gives you all the best stuff, and it's stuff that's going to help you in the long run and not harm you. And so check out that video. That will help you know how to get out there, how to get your name out there, how to grow, and to do it the right way. Now, there are certain types of self-promotion that are okay if they're encouraged or welcomed by the content creator or the channel that you're on. So for instance, if a streamer says, hey, everybody right now who's a streamer in the chat, post your Twitch link in the chat. Let's everybody go help out some of our content creators. Well, then at that point, it's okay because the Twitch streamers ask for it. If there's a Discord channel for one of your favorite streamers and you go in there and they've got a promotion section, like for instance, on our Discord, the Flock, which I'll put a link down in the description below if you'd like to join the Flock on Discord. But in the Flock Discord, we have a section specifically meant for you to promote your Twitch channel, your Mixer channel, your YouTube channel, your videos. And so you can come in to that section, not any other message board, but that section, and you can promote your stuff. And it's a way for the community to support one another and to see what kind of content is being produced. So there are certain types of self-promotion like that are asked for or encouraged by content creators, and those are okay. The second mistake I want to talk about that I see a lot in brand new streamers or smaller streamers is the fact that they're not talking while they're live. And I understand the kind of the tendency whenever you see that viewer number down there and you see, 0 viewers, or you have 2 viewers but nobody's talking in the chat. There's this tendency that we all have to just be quiet and wait for somebody to talk in the chat. But guys, that is not a good idea. That actually hinders your growth because 1, your viewer count doesn't update automatically, which means your viewer count is always updating periodically. And so your viewer count might say you have 2 viewers, but you might actually have a brand new person that's come into your stream. You might actually have 5 new people that have come into your stream and you don't realize it yet. Your view count may say 2, but it's not updated to the 5 yet, or the 7 if you've got 5 new ones that come in on your 2, right? You need to make sure that you're constantly engaging and being active with your chat, whether or not people are talking in the chat, whether or not people seem to be there. Because if a new viewer comes in and they're lurking on your stream and they want to see what you're about and you're being silent the entire time, then after a few moments, they're probably going to wind up leaving and going to another streamer that is being active and talking and providing some level of content or interaction, whether or not they're talking. And so I've actually seen this before. We've been looking for people to raid, and we'll get ready to take a bunch of people over to a stream. I'll click on the stream, and I want to hear a little bit of what that streamer has to say, what kinds of things that they're talking about. I want to see what their personality's like. So I sit there on the stream and I'll listen, and for 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, I don't hear him say anything. And I don't have time to sit there and start up a conversation. I'm just trying to see what they're all about. And so before I bring my community over to their stream, I want to hear them talk a little bit, and they sit there quiet. This is a huge mistake, you guys. If you're streaming, it does not matter how many people you have in your chat or in your viewer count. What matters is that you are providing a constant form of entertainment and you're conversing with the chat. You are attempting to bring people into the chat who may be just stopping by or swinging through to see what you're about. So make sure you're talking. If you don't have anything to talk about, nobody's talking in your chat, you have no conversation going on, make the conversation. Ask questions and then respond to those questions. Talk to yourself. Commentate on what you're doing in the game. But make sure that you're talking during your stream, especially when you're newer. It's a lot easier once you start getting people in the chat because you're having a conversation with chat. You're having a conversation that's being, kind of directed by you, but also directed by the people there. But guys, early on, especially when you don't have as many people in the chat, you need to start practicing carrying on a conversation with yourself if necessary in order to provide content consistently. Because then when you have people come in and they hear you talking, they're way more likely to stay and to get into the conversation and to become a member of your channel, a member of your community. So make sure you're talking, guys. Do not stay silent. Don't sit there for 20, 30, 40, 50 seconds and not say anything. Heaven forbid, a minute or two of total dead silence. That is just not the way to go, you guys. So for growth, make sure you're talking, make sure you're communicating. Now, the no talking mistake leads me into mistake number 3, which I see pretty often, especially for newer streamers, and that is bad audio quality. Now, there are a lot of different things you have to consider when being a streamer. Video quality, graphics, branding, things like that. But bad audio quality is one of the biggest reasons somebody is likely to leave your stream almost more than anything else. So you want to make sure your audio quality is good. Make sure that it's louder than your music, it's louder than your game. Simple things like that where people can hear you. Make sure your mic is not clipping and being super distorted and overdriven where people can't really understand what you're saying or it's harsh to listen to. And the best way to do this is by running tests through OBS. In fact, you can actually record yourself in OBS before you go live. Just make a video of yourself. I'm making this video in OBS right now and I'm just recording it. But record yourself and hear what your mic sounds like being recorded. The next thing I would do is when you actually think you've got a good audio quality, good audio setting, then I would do a stream, and after the stream, if you haven't had any complaints, go back and watch the video of your stream, watch the VOD of your stream and see how you sounded. Notice how loud was the game, how loud was my music if I had music going on, how loud were my alerts, and if the audio quality of your voice is ever hard to understand or you can't really tell what's going on, then okay, I need to fix that. I either need to bring the levels of my alerts down, I need to bring levels of my music down, I need to bring my microphone up, maybe I need to get a better microphone, but make sure you have good audio quality on your stream first and foremost. In fact, audio quality can carry a stream even if it's lacking in a lot of other areas. Audio quality will carry your stream. So look at good options for audio quality. I'm gonna put a video right up here. I talk about the things you need to get started streaming. And in that video, I talk about audio, I talk about video, things like that. Well, in that video, we talk about some microphones, especially if you're just getting started out, that will help you. And they're not crazy expensive, but they will produce really good audio and give you a lot of good options for your computer or for your streaming equipment. So check that out, guys. But make sure you've got good audio, you guys. Don't make the mistake of having bad audio and letting that go, because that will hinder growth substantially. All right, this next one is a little bit more advanced, but it's something that you need to think about whether you're streaming already or you're about to get started streaming, and that is branding. Branding is extremely important for longevity as a streamer and for building up your community. The reality is, whether you're brand new or you've been streaming for a while, branding is going to be what people remember you by. And when I talk about branding, I'm talking about logo, name, graphics, look, colors, all of it. But most importantly, your name. You need to make sure that in your name and in your graphics, they all are representative of what your brand is about, who you are as a streamer or a content creator. Don't have one thumbnail or one profile picture on one site and have a completely different one that has nothing to do with it on another site, right? You need to be on multiple platforms, but if you're on Twitter and you're on Twitch and the name is a little bit different, the profile picture is different, and it's hard to find you, your brand is not being consistent. You need to make sure you have consistent branding across everything so that no matter where people are, they know who you are. And so branding is really a big one, and that's gonna come into play longevity-wise, because as you grow, it's not gonna just help you grow as a new streamer, but it'll also help you grow and push to new heights as a content creator. Even if you've already found some growth, you're gonna get to that next level and then the next level above that if you've got good branding. And so you always wanna be developing your branding or keeping your branding consistent throughout your entire journey. Now, for instance, if you start out and you have a logo that you're not super happy with, or maybe is kind of a cheaper logo, you work together yourself or somebody made for you just for free, one of your friends did, then at some point, you might want to look at hiring a graphic designer to do a logo for you, a professional logo, and then make sure that all of your other platforms, all of your other social media, everything, the look and feel of your channel, everything matches with your brand, with your logo. I did this. I made my own brand and my own logo in the early days of me streaming, but at a certain point I decided we need to, before we make merch and before we do all that kind of stuff, we really need to brand our stream and our community with what we want it to be moving forward for years to come. And so we hired a graphic designer. We had to make us a logo, had us make us kind of a brand look and feel and color scheme. And we've been using that ever since. So everything that you see, from our merch to our stream overlays, our alerts, our panels, my social media platforms, all of that is consistent and it all is the same. And so I want to encourage you guys, look at your branding, decide what kind of branding you want to have, decide what the look and feel is going to be, and then make sure that you stay consistent. If you need to do a rebrand, do it, but understand that you're kind of starting from scratch. If you rebrand yourself, you kind of are starting from scratch in a lot of ways, because your look's going to be different, especially if you change your name's going to be different. So make sure that on the front side, you're thinking about these things as early as possible and you don't make the mistake of having inconsistent branding and it taking forever to start growing. Now, as we move into our fifth mistake we're going to talk about, I want you guys to understand these aren't the only 5 mistakes that can be made, but these are the 5 primary mistakes that I see people making on a pretty regular basis. And in the 5th one we're going to talk about today is not having any content on any other platforms other than Twitch or Mixer. The reality, guys, is that there are a ton of people streaming, tons and tons and tons of people streaming. And if you don't create content on any other platform other than your streaming platform, you're really hurting your chances of growth. One, because the streaming platforms don't really have the best ways of helping you grow. They're not very searchable right now. In a lot of cases, the lower you are in viewer count, the lower you are on the list. And so unless people go and specifically look for content creators or streamers that are lower in viewer count, or they're going and looking for brand new channels or things like that, you're really gonna cut yourself off from a huge opportunity to bring people into your stream and into your community. So content creation on other platforms such as Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, I mean, you name it, that is going to be invaluable to you as a streamer. Now, this goes for people, whether you're big on Twitch or Mixer already, or whether you're just starting out. You really need to start creating content on other platforms. And one of the biggest ones, and kind of the secret one that people are beginning to discover more and more and more, is YouTube. YouTube is such a huge discoverable platform that you can make videos on there, and if your videos start doing well, or people start seeing your videos and you're making videos on very searchable content, you are going to bring a lot of attention also to who you are as a content creator and the other content you create, which would be your streaming platform, your Twitch channel, and so on. And so guys, creating content outside of Twitch or outside of your streaming platform is going to be massively important, because you can reach a huge audience further than just the streaming platform you're on. And you want to bring those people over and get them involved in your community, get them involved in your streams. And so guys, do not make the mistake of just trying to focus on streaming and not doing anything else. Have a Instagram account, have a Twitter account, have a YouTube account, and start producing content there as well if you want to maximize your potential of growth. We're making these YouTube videos for you guys. Hopefully they're helping. But also, I mean, the reality is that if you came to this YouTube video and you didn't know I was a streamer before, now you do. Therefore, Point proven, right? You know who I am as a content creator. You know I stream on Twitch. And so whether or not you come and hang out with us on the flock, which you should definitely come over right now. Click the links in the description. Come over, hang out with us, drop us a follow. You know, all the good stuff. We want you in the flock, guys, okay? That's all there is to it. But even if you don't come over, the reality is now you know I'm a streamer on Twitch. And that's the whole purpose of content outside of your streaming platform, is to let people know about who you are as a content creator and as a streamer. So with that being said, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments about these 5 mistakes that we talked about today, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section below. And of course, if you've got any other mistakes that you've noticed in your streaming career or in your journey as a content creator, let us know in the comment section. I would love to hear about some of the things that you guys are noticing or you've discovered, and let's share some of that information with each other and try to you know, advance our knowledge base as a community so that we can avoid mistakes that other people have possibly run into themselves. So guys, if you like this video, make sure you smack that thumbs up button to help this video get out to as many people as possible. And if you like this channel, smack that subscribe button. And if you want to know when more content like this comes out, smack the notification bell. Also, guys, don't forget, I am live on Twitch at twitch.tv/EagleGarrett almost every day. So come check us out over there. We'd love to have you in our community known as The Flock. I'm also on Twitter pretty regularly, so tweet at me anytime at EagleGarrett. We'd love to have you on there. I'm on Instagram at EagleGarrett there as well. You'll find me at EagleGarrett pretty much everywhere, and on Facebook. So come check me out there. Love to have you on all those platforms. Also, guys, we have an amazing community called The Flock on Discord. Links for all of this stuff will be in the description, but join us on Discord, join The Flock, and you know, if you got questions, you can also talk to us there. We're constantly conversing and helping each other out through the Discord. So join up on the Discord, you guys. We'd love to have you. With that being said, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and it was a help to you. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, rock on, peace out, God bless. Last but not least, there we go. Look, everybody, look at this. They're all waving to the stream. Everybody wave. Everybody that's got a wave, everybody wave. Everybody wave. Dude, you guys are awesome. Look at this. Somebody clip this right now. We got the whole lobby waving to the stream. Guys, say hi, stream. Look at this guy. He's on the end right here. He's like, I'm just gonna do a little partial wave there. Doing a little fancy wave.